So let's try this. Looks weird with the chat. Definitely weird. Well, might as well start. Welcome back. I'm trying something new today. I'm trying the whole chat on screen thing. Not sure I like it, but I figured it would be better for people who want to watch the video later. Because I realized that time zones exist. Yeah, I also ran into some trouble earlier because my PlayStation told me that the broadcast feature is not available. That was weird, so I had to send out a new link. Hi, glad you could make it. Yeah, as I just said, I'm trying the whole chat on screen thing now for people who might want to watch the video later. Hope that works. And also, I had some trouble earlier with my PlayStation. For some reason the broadcast was just stopped. And now two links for the stream exist for some reason. Yeah, anyway. Oh, hi! How do I pronounce your handle? I'll just say Charmed Pink. Glad you could make it. Of course I know you're from Tumblr. Yeah, first things first. I had a look at my world state because I figured that might be important. Last time I just imported it and didn't remember which decisions I had made in previous games. So my warden is definitely alive and well. She dated Liliana, arcane warrior. Logain was killed, and then Alistair died in the fight against the archdemon, so we're going to meet Stroud at that cave later. And Morrigan also did not have that freaking scary baby. I think those are the most important decisions. Just like chaos. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Thanks. The chat on screen is a little bit delayed in comparison to the chat on YouTube, I think. So that if I'm answering late, that's why. No weird old godchildren, that's correct. That's correct. I was never a fan of that plot, to be honest. It was heartbreaking because I had such a crush on Morrigan, and then she was terribly in friends with me. That wasn't a very happy moment, that revelation in front of that fireplace. I also never really understood how that makes sense. She goes through the entire game saying, I don't want to be a vessel for my mom's plans. And then she just becomes that? Oh, yeah. Weird. I felt that was really weird. Chaos, I don't think you were here last time, so just to recap, we picked up Sarah and Vivienne earlier because we all agreed that having no men in the party is the best way to go through this game. And also I'm skipping all the Cullen dialogues. I hope that's okay with you. My Qunari is currently in the shadows. Morrigan's motivations, yeah, that's true. And also sometimes nonsensical. Even when she says what she's on about, it's like, does she really have a plan? I don't know. It never really works out for her, does it? Dual wield Qunari rogue, because that's funny. On nightmare, because I like to torture myself, apparently. I did a little bit of off-screen grinding, not too much. You're up to speed. Oh, that's perfect. Yeah, I did a little bit of off-screen grinding. Let me just show you what I got. Yeah, to get this ability, and then also the leeching poison, that's useful, and I made some armor for Cassandra and a shield, just to increase the chance that we'll survive. I didn't do any quests, nothing important. Oh, hi Diana. Welcome.
I will take these injury reports to researcher Minave.
Right. Mother Giselle. Still have to get used to the smaller screen. It's kind of weird. Did we not do... Oh, we don't have to return that quest to her. The requisition. How are the people?
How are the people doing after what happened at the Conclave?
They are scared, of course. Many have lost homes or loved ones. I doubt many will sleep well until you have sealed the breach. I have offered what help I can. The rest is for the Inquisition. What more do you wish to know?
How are the villagers in Haven doing?
They are terrified. Many of them came here because the war between the Mages and the Templars destroyed their homes. In their minds, the death of a divine has destroyed any chance of peace. To that, add the breach. Farmers have fled their fields. If we do not restore order, half of Thedas may starve.
Yeah, I'm not sure, Diana, how exactly the chat works. This is a new feature for me too. Let's just say goodbye.
Farewell.
But I figured it would be easier this way than to always check the YouTube app.
Has anyone dared ask? No, I do not think. Ah, Mistress Adar. May I have a word?
Yeah, if the conversation isn't glitched again. I'm trying to talk to you.
What did you need?
Oh.
Well, as you are, Talvashos, people have asked. You grew up outside the Qunari homeland, but there is no easy way to ask your thoughts on the Qun.
What's our take on the Qun? Personally, I really don't like the Qun. It's really controlling.
You can't take a breath in the Qun without someone deciding how long you should hold it. That's not a life for me.
many won't accept your word by virtue of your birth. People ask how a Qunari could be Andraste's herald. It worries them if they believe it, and angers them if they do not. Convincing them of your good intentions will be tasking.
Which race did you choose, Diana, for your current playthrough? Good luck.
Maybe they'd go easier on the Qunari Herald if they knew of my winsome smile.
I'll be sure to add a postscript to my letters. Strangely, your mercenary work is not so inflammatory. People are fabricating extravagant tales of your heroics.
I like elves. It's a little bit difficult to play as an elf and not be completely mad with the game. But in general, I like elves.
There wasn't a group around that didn't want my help when a tough assignment came up. If you needed it done, Adar was at the top of the list.
I noticed. Leliana found a letter from the captain of your last company. He had nothing but praise for your skill in battle, but doesn't mention what part you play.
Captain Tully praised me. William Iron-Ass Tully.
That's quite the moniker. But yes, your captain went so far as to say he'd have lost entire battles without you.
But he underpaid me.
That miser deducted 5 gold from my pay the day I left.
Whatever for?
Poor morale.
Well, your captain still held your skills in high regard, especially after your last engagement.
This is really fun. It doesn't really matter what you pick, but you get a different story each time. I think that's a nice touch. I blew up a bridge.
A friend of a friend got us a barrel of Gatlock powder. Explosive stuff. The bandits we were fighting found that out when their reinforcements tried to cross the bridge.
How exciting? I hope life in Haven doesn't bore you compared to such exploits.
Oh, I want to flirt with her, but I'm not sure if I get that speech from Liliana if I flirt with her even once. I'd rather avoid that. Not a fan of the demons.
I was paid to hunt bandits, slavers, nobles, not demons falling out of fade tears when I walk by.
That is true, but do consider the advantages. Unlike people, upon their death, demons leave no grudges behind.
Yes. Good.
Yes, good.
You built for them the golden city, the center of all creation. And for...
During my grinding session I also didn't take the good characters with me. I always went with Varric and Solas. So you didn't miss any banter. Yeah, let's go send Blackwall away. Chaos, I asked that last time, but you weren't there to answer. Do you have a favorite Dragon Age game? Or do you like all three equally? Or do you hate all three equally? Whatever works.
Nothing to report, sir.
Right. Up there. I think. I always get lost, I don't know why. Yeah, Origins is pretty good. I can definitely see why you like that. Why are you lying?
One down!
Kill that warrior!
Make it take you!
These renegades sully the name of the Templars.
They just stand there. Okay. Alright. Vivian's armor is also new. Once she has a specialization, she's like an infinite barrier generating magic Jedi and pretty much invincible. But for now, she's actually quite fragile. All clothes look just a little too small on Qunari. Like it's just a little too tight. Where am I going? No. Oh, yeah. Okay, I didn't see that. Whoops. Take that. And this one. So she can dodge. Blackwall. I'm never sure if I like him or not.
Lie there and there, no gaps.
He's nice, but he's also a filthy liar and a murderer. Whoops,
Keep
didn't mean to
focused.
do that.
They'll know what it means.
Also, I can't believe that I absolutely fell for his lies the first time. He's so obviously lying about
Remember
everything.
how to carry your shields. You're not hiding, you're holding. Otherwise it's useless.
Blackwall? Warden Blackwall?
You're not... How do you know my name? Who said... Ah! That's it. Help or get out. We're dealing with these idiots first.
Okay.
Conscripts, here they come! Hold the wall, men! Make them... You're dead, bastard! Dead! Too late for that! Sorry, bastards. Good work, conscripts. Even if this shouldn't have happened, they could have... Well, thieves are made, not born. Take back what they stole. Go back to your families. You saved yourselves. You're no farmer. Why do you know my name? Who are you?
He's so tiny in comparison to us.
I know your name because I'm an agent of the Inquisition. I'm investigating whether the disappearance of Wardens has anything to do with the murder of the Divine.
Maker's balls. The Wardens and the Divine. That can't... No, you're asking so you don't really know. First off, I didn't know they disappeared. But we do that, right? No more blight, job done. Wardens are the first thing forgotten. But one thing I'll tell you, no Warden killed the Divine. Our purpose isn't political.
He's so funny. No, I don't know where the others went. No, I don't hear no singing in my head. You can easily kill an archdemon if you can bring it down. The joining isn't so important. Okay, Blackwall, okay.
I'm not here to accuse. Not yet. I just need information. I've only found you. Where are the rest?
I haven't seen any Wardens for months. I travel alone, recruiting. Not much interest because the Archdemon is a decade dead, and no need to conscript because there's no blight coming. Treaties give Wardens the right to take what we need, who we need. These idiots forced this fight, so I conscripted their victims. They had to do what I said, so I told them to stand. Next time they won't need me. Grey Wardens can inspire, make you better than you think you are.
You're no help. I'm no further ahead than I was.
Inquisition. Agent, did you say? Hold a moment. The Divine is dead and the sky is torn. Events like these, thinking we're absent is almost as bad as thinking we're involved. If you're trying to put things right, maybe you need a Warden. Maybe you need me.
Yeah, maybe we need a Warden. A real Warden, like the hero of Ferelden. That would be nice. No, we don't need a Warden.
Go your own way. A Grey Warden would just complicate matters.
What a
That's
weird
your choice to
transition
make.
of music.
I'll do what I can on my own then. Make it guide your path, wherever it leads.
Goodbye. Take your beard with you. Well, that was fun. Nope. And then you remember that you had to go get the original treatise from an evil witch in the forest. And he just knows about them and recruits whoever he wants. Okay, what's next? We still need to get those horses. We haven't actually done anything yet. Oh dear. Don't think I can get there from here. I haven't done any of the rifts. Oh, that's good. Just because it's still on screen here, I think Origins has most likely the most replayability, just because of the Origins. You can play it from so many different perspectives that it's always fun regardless of how many times you play that game. Whereas Dragon Age 2 I think is also a lot of fun, but once you've done all the romances you wanted to do, it's pretty much over, because then you have your canon hawk, and that's that. At least that's what the experience was like for me. I saw you appear out of thin air. Uh-oh. Oh yeah, I could use some stealth right about now. Too late. Oops, that's really... Where did it go? Nope, nope. Okay. Can we go now? Just because we're at Fort Connor here. Connor is also kind of dead in this world state. My warden did that deal with the demon. Leeching poison is so overpowered. I like it. Okay, come on. What's that effect? Huh.
Sarah, how are you not dead?
What are you on about?
I was trained from childhood by the greatest swordsman of an age. You were apparently orphaned to the street with your wits and a quiver. Neither full.
You come from nobles, all right. Get over yourself. I'm not even near the bottom of what real people live through.
Yeah, that's Cassandra trying to be friendly. Oh, they all got a level. Let's see. Oops. This is really good. But I feel like she should also have leeching poison in the long run. Cassandra, I never really know how to spec. Untouchable defense. Let's go that route. There you go, cooldown reduction.
No normal wolf would fight with such determination.
Perhaps the breach drove them mad.
Okay, let's see. There's also a camp here. Somewhere. I don't think I'm going to collect all the... No, not the shards, that's for sure, but also not the mosaics. Okay, let's go to Janet first.
This must be Master Dennett.
Good guess.
Let's look around.
Knock knock, who's there? Just checking your shelves real quick.
Watch yourself, Inquisition. It's ugly out there. Name's Dennett. I served Arleman for 30 years as horsemaster. I hear your Inquisition is looking for mounts.
It is. Can you help us?
Not at the moment. I can't just send 100 of the finest horses in Ferelden down the road like you send a letter. Every bandit between here and Haven would be on them like flies on crap. You'll have mounts once I know they won't end up as a cold winter's breakfast.
If you have a problem with me personally, I'd like to know about it.
What? I've got no quarrel with the Qunari. No idea how you ride without your feet dragging on the ground. But that's between you and the mount. My wife Elena manages the farms and Bron's in charge of my guards. They'll tell you what they need. Until then, you deserve something
Can't
better
just
than
tell
whatever
Sarah
knocked
to
plow name
stop.
they gave you.
That won't happen.
Chestnut over there is a purebred Ferelden forder. Take care of him, and he'll take care of you,
She'll just do it
Inquisition.
more. Out of spite. The sound is really weird in here. Harden Hightown. I'm not going to read that. Sorry.
I heard what my man said.
How?
If you want our horses, then we need our farmers back safe in their fields. Since the breach appeared, the wolves have gone mad. They come after our men like beasts with the water sickness. You deal with the wolves, and our farmers will be safe again.
How are these wolves acting differently from normal?
Normal wolves go after livestock, but come at them with a torch and a blade and they run. These beasts, though, it's like darkspawn during the Blight, or when the dead rose to attack us. They're possessed, or something like it. I've lost too many men to the beasts. I won't endanger more.
Yeah, you could see Cassandra did the same thing just now. I think it's called object collision for the characters. It's acting really weird in general in this game.
Farewell.
Good day to you.
Like the characters will always try to stay at a very specific distance in relation to your character, and oftentimes that formation just doesn't work. And then other times the whole thing just glitches all together and the characters will just scatter in all directions and try to stay as far away from you as possible. Horse. No, that's not the direction.
The Master doesn't want me handing those refugees weapons until they've got any hope of defending themselves. If you put up a few watchtowers, we'd all have more warning before the next attack.
I like Sarah's default outfit, but I also like to put her in really warm looking clothes. I don't know why. I just think it looks really cute.
You said you had a way to help the refugees.
I do. There are too many hills in these parts, good places for raiders and bandits to gather. I've marked good spots on the map. You set up watchtowers there, I'll talk to the Master and get your people weapons.
Farewell.
I'm not doing the horse races, by the way. I'm protective of Sarah, that's correct. I don't think you even get something for this quest. And of course I'm not going to use the horse, because then you miss out on all the elf fruit and the banter. More power. Elf fruit. See? Okay, let's take a look at the map. Right, we got the camp, farmland security, and then the wolves. You gotta be protective of Sarah. She gets hate from so many directions.
Nothing to report, sir.
Okay. Marking. I don't know if I'm equipped for the rifts. Not this one, that's for sure. I have a terrible sense of orientation. I always have to mark everything. Even though by now I really should know the map by heart. Hey! Can you quickly tell me how to pronounce your handle, because I'd like to address you by your name, but I have no idea how to pronounce that. Mixini. Hey Mixini, glad you could join us again. It's Latin for the hagfish family. Okay, so it's a smart name, I like that. My handle on here doesn't really have a meaning. Oops.
The fighting between the mages and the Templars has cost too many innocent lives.
Is everybody here from Tumblr? If you want, you can also find me on Twitter. Oops. Just type in the Lost Shoes and you should find me. I don't tweet much, but you will get the YouTube links faster. Oh, that was the quest I had marked, okay. Oh right, I have to go this way. Okay, let's go back, whatever. I'm just trying to get as quickly as possible away from the Hinterlands. I generally like Inquisition because it just lets you be for a while. I think that's nice that you can just wander around and do nothing and just collect plans. I appreciate that. But just roaming the Hinterlands for 500 hours is not very interesting to watch. More people? Come on.
I do not believe these are simply bandits. Their armor and training suggest something deeper.
You okay, Sarah?
So you are 78th in line to the Navaran throne, Cassandra? That is rather far off. Even so, many enjoy the idle life afforded by the most distant of titles. You could have been provided with every luxury if you'd remained in that life.
I am ill-suited to finery, Vivian. Besides, I can accomplish more as I am now.
You pursued duty and responsibility, a path that took you next to the Sunburst throne. Well played.
I tried to do the Maker's work. Where I stand while doing so is unimportant.
You must admit, it does help.
Vivian is trying to push Cassandra so hard, and it just doesn't work. Sarah, drink a potion, come on. That icon looks so horrible. Okay.
There's the dog. Wolves. Whatever.
Okay.
That cave could be the lair of our strange wolves.
That's likely, you're right. Cassandra is the queen of redundant statements.
A demon!
Really? Come on.
With the demon dead, the farmers should be safe from the wolves.
My joy at this news is unrivaled, dear.
That's a statement I can't really understand. Why would Vivian be sarcastic about that? So weird. Yeah, I think it was snark. She's got more important things to do, and we're here in the dirt fighting wolves. The token of Packmaster is pretty useless in my opinion. Yeah, that's right. She usually reacts positively when you help normal folks, like in the Attack of Haven, for example. So that's a little bit out of character, or maybe I'm just not getting it. There's a crate over there with a belt, right? Oh yeah, walking around in circles as always. Let's see, watchtowers. So then it will help us, or will come with us. Oh, we haven't done that either. Okay.
Make it take you.
Okay. Oh, there's more. Good.
The apostates have fled to the hills.
I think you already said that, Cassandra. Okay, that's one. I'm pretty sure there are 3 altogether. Or did it get that one already? Apparently so. Hey, how are you? And because I seem to be asking everyone today, how do I pronounce your first name, please? Because I don't want to butcher everyone's names.
The people here should leave the area. It's too dangerous.
Yeah, you're
And
right.
Go where?
Exactly. And go where? I'm gonna save before this one. Pay no mind to the playtime, by the way. I did some grinding, but this is mostly idle time. Come on. Sarah, what are you doing here? Come on. That's a good place to fight. Come on. And up there we should
have secured a position ahead.
We should get a new weapon for Cassandra. Let's just wait for the cooldowns. Okay. Well, to be fair, I did use the golden knock. Everything gets significantly easier when you just craft your own armor and weapons and have all the schematics available. And also when you have the Trespasser DLC installed and can get all the extra abilities. Leeching Poison, for example, is just... it's so overpowered. But this is still harder than, say, Archer or Knight Enchanter is pretty easy. Yeah, if you don't craft your armor, things can get pretty tough.
That's the road sorted. For those refugees, right?
We still must deal with the rebel mages, however.
And we will. But not now. Or maybe we will also just let the mages go. Everything kind of sorts itself out once you've done Redcliffe. Okay, Cassandra. Is that better than what you have? Yes, it is. Dexterity, that's always good. Not as good as cunning, though. Oh, armor. Magic defense, alright, that's a crafted helmet. Cassandra. Melee defense, yes. And Vivian's standard helmet is pretty good, actually. I think one of us is watching the stream from the start and chatting in real time. Okay. Well, in Origins, just because it's now on the screen, in Origins, getting everyone on your side is pretty easy because you can just buy them with gifts. And you even gotta be careful not to overdo it because glitch things will happen and then you skip important conversations and suddenly you can't romance Liliana anymore. This is going to be a fun chat experience with 2 timelines going on. Yeah. I bought the version of Origins where all the DLCs and everything was included. So I had these special gifts that give extra approval. And also included is a bunch of gifts that the characters actually don't like, so they add a disapproval, and with that you can fix that glitch. I also used those gifts to get Ogren pissed at me, and then Biffy's Day gifts right, just so I could kill him. And then he came back. That was the worst. Okay, we've dealt with the Templars, but we didn't even try to do that. We wanted to secure the farmland, and there's a rift nearby, because why wouldn't there be? Well, in Origins you can technically kill him. If he's mad enough, he will get drunk and attack you. But then in the expansion, whose name I shamefully forgot just about now, he comes back anyway. But to be fair, I recently read an interview with David Gator, and he said that anything past Origins was originally not planned. So they wrote the game as if there would not be another game or a DLC or an expansion. So you can even ignore the what is it called? The cards you get at the end where they tell you what happens to each character. Like they just threw that in thinking nobody would see the Dragon Age universe again. Whoa, okay. Enemies coming out of thin air, I get it. I don't want to fight these guys right now. No, it's up there. Does he hit on the warden actively? I hate him so much, he's so creepy. Oh, and Liliana, yeah, of course he would do that. Come on. Yeah, he also makes some nasty comments about Branka and her girlfriend. Okay, waiting until these are engaged. Really? Come on. Nope. Ah, damn it. He also hit Van Morrigan. I really wouldn't know because I never take him with me anywhere. Oh my gosh, I can imagine.
You're from a rich family, Cassandra.
Not every Pentagast is wealthy. I certainly was not once my parents were executed.
You say that like it's normal. But I suppose you did live with the dead.
If by dead you mean a Mutalitasi necromancer, a keeper of the dead, then yes.
Well, that sounds shit.
Hence my joining the Chantry.
Hi Austin, we're going to romance Sarah, that's right. But for now we're still in the Hinterlands. Okay, let's see. I have the watchtowers now. Before I report back, I should probably go back to Haven. Well, I mean, Dorian was written specifically to be the pretty boy, so I kind of understand where you're coming from. I gotta warn you though, because this is actually going a female-only run. Just to be fair. Where's the sound again? It always glitches out here.
Come back alive. I've got a message. Later then.
These truths the Maker has revealed to me.
Thank you
As there
for
is
all
but
that you
one
are doing
world,
to her.
one life.
Okay, let's see. I think we have all three advisors
Chancellor Roderick came to speak with me. Could you try not to antagonize him?
available.
If I have fed the man so easily, perhaps he should try leaving me alone.
Let us begin.
Watchtowers and the bees.
All right.
Well, everybody has their preferences concerning, regarding characters, of course. Personally, I like Vivian. I just think that she got too little content to become an objectively likable character. Yeah, sometimes it's really hard to agree with Vivian. I understand where she's coming from, but understanding a character and liking them are two different things, so... Oh, I never did this. Yeah, I think my people would like to hear from me.
Let's see what we have.
And now the watchtowers will take a while. I miscalculated. Let's talk to Krem real quick. No? You don't want to talk to me?
I've got a message when you have the time.
Okay.
We've got word of some Tevinter mercenaries gathering out on the Storm Coast. My company commander, Iron Bull, offers the information free of charge. If you'd like to see what the Bull's charges can do for the Inquisition, meet us there and watch us work.
We'll consider your offer.
I appreciate it. We're the best you'll find. Come to the
Krem
Storm
really
Coast and you can see us
tall,
in
or
action.
have we shrunk?
May her be with you.
Okay, let's sell some stuff and then report back to Danet and get our horses finally. Just making some space here. Range defense. I haven't equipped anything. That's really stupid. No. She's not using that skill. I have absolutely nothing. I don't need the grenades belt. I think Vivian is a little bit more likable if you can get on a good side in early game, because then her reactions once you reach Skyhold are a lot nicer. So you don't have the feeling that she's antagonizing you on purpose. I really think she could have used a more interesting quest line though, just to get to know her a little better. Because I do find it a little hard to relate to her sometimes, just because of that. Let's see, nothing here. Okay. The Hinterlands. Is there anything? Oh, speaking of which, I should probably collect this. What's down here? Hunger pangs. Shallow breath. This is where we will find writs. Huh. Those are quests I don't really need to do. Like I said, I'm trying to sort out which quests I have to do. Oh right. I should probably go to Redcliffe at some point. What do you mean what Fiona says?
Nothing to report, sir.
You deal with the wolves, and our farmers will be safe again.
The wolves should be back to normal now. There shouldn't be any further trouble.
That's good to hear. I'll send word to the farmers and let my husband know what you've done. It may not seem like much, but you've given this land hope it desperately needed. Thank you.
Elena says you got rid of those demon-cursed wolves.
When did she tell you
Should be
that,
safer
huh?
for our farmers now.
Can you help the refugees?
The refugees
Oh
down at the
no,
crossroads
wait, that's
could use
the
your help.
watchtowers.
Right now, any food I give those luckless bastards might as well go to the rebel mages or bandits.
Okay.
Talk to my man Bron. He'll tell you what those folks need to protect themselves. Once that's done, I'll give as I can. I've no problem with charity, long as it's not wasted.
Farewell.
Make her be with you.
That's just a locked door, right? Yep. This is me miscalculating how high the fence is. Yeah, sure, let's do that rift. Waiting. Oh, you're not attacking, are you? Don't have the spell yet. No. Wow, really? Ran right into it. Wow. No, Sarah's okay. They're the worst. Dalish mage romancing Sarah. Yeah, that sounds like fun. That's the one thing I never did. Now, there are a couple of things I never did, but that's one of them. I'm going back to camp, so I can go to Redcliffe next. Just wanted to get the experience.
Report, sir.
Okay, so let's see, how do I get to Redcliffe the quickest way? Yep. And of course there's another rift in the way.
We'll make good use of it.
Thank you. Well, let me know if you find one.
It's good to have commerce.
It's just what I heard.
Is this the right way? I hope it is. Like I said, I have a shit sense of orientation. Even in the Hinterlands.
Watch yourself. Bandits up ahead. Or something anyway. They're blocking the road.
You don't think they're bandits?
Bandits wait until people are vulnerable. Then hit them fast so nobody escapes. These bastards show themselves too early. They care more about driving people away than taking loot. They're either stupid, or they're more than just bandits. And they're too well armed for stupid.
What can you tell me about the attackers on the road?
Several groups. Some of them with bows. They've got better armor than most around here. It's too many for us. If you head out there, careful you don't get flanked. They don't take prisoners.
Thanks for the warning.
Oh, perhaps I do not have to. But there's that book for Vivian in the way. Okay, I'm saving. Like I said, don't mind the time, that's mostly idle time. Nope. Come on. Yeah, I get it, they're after me, thank you. Can't reach it, that's fantastic. This doesn't work out as planned. Come on, can I not reach it? Die is right. Holy crap. No, we're fine, everything's fine. I'm out of potions. Great, now I will have to go back. Vivian, I hope you appreciate this. Only did it for the book. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention to the chat. Oh, we're talking about Solas, got it. Are we all making an omelette now? Over here.
You must see the value in restoring the circles, Cassandra.
Provided they fulfill their purpose. Too many have suffered since the Mage Rebellion began. But we cannot ignore the abuses that prompted it. Without change, we risk repeating the events at Kirkwall.
Or recreating its opposite. An overly lenient circle is a comparable threat. Kirkwall was lamentable, but it was the blithe misuse of power, not restrictions, that led to the first blight.
I finished the one in the Hissing Wastes, and it told me, it gave me a codex entry as a reward, and it told me about how pictures with Qunari on them were altered by humans so that the pictures would depict humans instead, so that they basically just cut off the horns, and I think it's supposed to be a commentary on racism. It's a nice piece of lore that you get for each mosaic, but I don't think it's really worth the effort. Oh, come on, really? You're so tall and you can't jump over this. I need to go back anyways. Or will I be able... Why is this marked? Oh no, if I want to get to that camp. And this, I think, will not restore my health and my potions. Ah, damn it. I did finish almost all astrariums. But again... Oh no, wait. If you finish the astrariums, you actually get items. But at the time when I thought I'd bother with those, I had actually already gotten all the DLCs, and I would just use the Knock King or Queen. And then it wasn't really worth it to collect the items from the astrariums. That's all I wanted to do here. Just refill my stuff and then make my way to Ratcliffe. I did all the shards once. There was one playthrough where I was like, okay, you've done everything else and you still kinda wanna play Inquisition, and then I just went and searched for all the shards, and there was a pride demon fight at the end. That was unexpected. Those shards drove me nuts though, not gonna lie. Blood Brothers, right.
A Templar, I believe.
That's the Tenor Templar, I think. Yeah, used the skills in the wrong order again. Yep, Tenor, here it is. I thought Cassandra's romance is alright. I didn't specifically like it, but I didn't dislike it either. Yep, that's the Inquisition. Breaking into houses, stealing everybody's wine. Belt of electric resistance. What do I have? Is this better than the Swedish fingers? Not really. Not going to use these. Mercenary code. That's better. Can't equip this. At first I was really disappointed with Sarah's romance because she gets absolutely 0 PDA, and also some of her dialogues seem oddly clipped together. Some of her cutscenes don't really make sense from a video editing standpoint. But I learned to appreciate the conflict. Redcliffe is close. Let's save again. Because I'm a coward.
Redcliffe Village should be just...
I want a constant watch on that damned thing. Sound the alarm at the first sign of demons.
Sound the alarms right now.
We can't...
Oh, no. Yeah. Help everybody. Oh, we got lucky with the demons though. No terrors.
What's that?
We don't know what these rifts can do. That one appeared to alter the time around it.
Well, that's good. Maybe Fiona will know.
There are many mages in Redcliffe. Maybe Fiona will know what's going on.
Make her have mercy. It's over. Open the gates.
Yeah, Trespasser really made up for some other shenanigans from the main game, I think. And it was really good for Sarah, and especially if you're trying to romance her with an elf.
We've spread word the Inquisition was
Austin,
coming.
you did buy Trespasser.
But you should know that no one
But
here
did
was
you,
expecting us.
Did you watch
No one?
a playthrough
Not even
somewhere?
Grand Enchanter Fiona?
If she was, she hasn't told anyone. We've arranged use of the tavern for the negotiations.
Agents of the Inquisition, my apologies. Magister Alexius is in charge now, but hasn't yet arrived. He's expected shortly. You can speak with the former Grand Enchanter in the meantime.
We should talk to the Grand Enchanter.
See, that's what I mean. Cassandra is really the queen of redundant statements. Love her, but yeah. Trespass is obviously a must, you're right. Jaws of Hakon just has so much content. I liked the Descent, but mostly for the vista and the revelation at the end.
Impressive craftsmanship. To remain standing after such abuse.
The Inquisition DLCs are often, very often on sale, so you can usually get them pretty cheap.
Grandmother, I think we should go.
Go? In the middle of the war?
Well, let me know if you find it.
They
Hello.
say a desire demon took the mind of our young Lord Connor.
Yeah, that
Cost
happened.
the boy his life. Cursed be the blood mage who led the lad down such a path.
Tell me about your people.
They say a spirit dwells in a small lake south of the highway. The girls of the village bring it daisies and ask for love, but rarely does it listen. For 'tis a spirit of valor, not love, and it favors blood lotus flowers.
A friend of mine was really mad about the fact that Sarah had, in her opinion, too little content, and she was constantly like, I want a DLC where you can marry Sarah. I bet that's never going to happen. And then Trespasser happened, and she was like, wah. That was really funny.
Ah, Senna, my darling. For the first time in all these years, I fear I will not be visiting your ashes. What world is this? That demons and brigands stop a man from taking flowers to his wife's shrine.
What if I took flowers to your wife's shrine for you?
I think that DLC is called The
What to
Sims,
say,
though.
except thank you. I never expected anyone not of the blood to care. My Senna would be grateful. Her shrine lies on a hill to the west, near the tablstones. Thank you.
Stay safe.
Walk in peace.
Is that right? I never paid attention to that detail. The flowers that you take to the grave also grow right next to it. Okay. But we also go there and clean the grave. Yeah, here's something
The
disturbing.
Venatori created the Oculara to search for something. What could be worth so much effort?
Yeah, I wonder.
Every ocularum is made from the skull of a tranquil?
Every skull was... No, done thinking about it. Done.
I had hoped they were safe with the rebel mages. I see that I was mistaken.
I had wondered where they had gone. I should have looked harder.
And of course Cassandra's blaming herself again. It's really funny that despite everybody being so poor here, you can find money on the ground. Just flying around. Let's just see. In comparison to some other regions, there's a lot going on in the Hinterlands. A lot of fetch quests too though, so not everybody's having a great time here. Oh, can't talk to him yet.
Do you think the apostates are responsible for the things we saw? The walking corpses?
Tanner.
I am Sister Tanner. May I help you?
I found the letter you sent a Templar named Corin.
What? Shit. You can't prove anything. A letter from a rogue Templar. Nobody is going to care. So, what do you intend to do?
Do I want that extra approval? Nah.
What kind of cut are you getting from the gross? What kind of protection are your suppliers offering? The Inquisition could use someone who can move goods around quietly. And we could protect you.
Are you serious? The high and mighty Inquisition needs smugglers? Alright, I'm in. Seems like the Inquisition is the safer bet these days.
That's very ambitious, Austin. Tavern, right.
It's just what I heard.
But look at the sky, and those stories about all that magic at the conclave.
They're not stories.
Welcome, agents of the Inquisition. First Enchanter Vivienne?
My dear Fiona, it's been so long since we last spoke. You look dreadful. Are you sleeping well?
What has brought you to Redcliffe?
Is this some sort of test? We're here because you invited us in Val Royeaux.
You must be mistaken. I haven't been to Val Royeaux since before the Conclave.
I thought that was a really funny comment, actually. She's just so fresh.
If it wasn't you who invited me here, who was it?
I don't know. Now that you say it, I feel strange. Whoever or whatever brought you here, the situation has changed. The Free Mages have already pledged themselves to the service of the Tevinter Imperium.
Fiona, dear, your dementia is showing.
An alliance with Tevinter? Do you not fear all of Thedas turning against you?
As one indentured to a Magister, I no longer have the authority to negotiate with you.
An alliance with Tevinter is a terrible mistake.
All hope of peace died with Justinia. This bargain with Tevinter would not have been my first choice, but we had no choice. We are losing this war. I needed to save as many of my people as I could.
Welcome, my friends. I apologize for not greeting you earlier.
Agents of the Inquisition, allow me to introduce Magister Geirion Alexius.
The Southern Mages are under my command. And you are the survivor, yes? The one from the Fade? Interesting.
Yeah, where's the owl?
I haven't seen any sign of Redcliffe's Owl or his men.
The Arl of Redcliffe left the village.
I think
did not
the
abandon
Ages
his
in
lands
Dragon
during
Age
the Blight,
never really
even
make
when they were under
sense.
siege.
There were tensions growing. I did not want an incident.
Like it never really seems to add up. How they're written in contrast to how old they are supposed to be.
I'd like to know more about this alliance between the rebel mages and the Imperium.
Certainly. What specifically do you wish to know?
The Grand Enchanter told me she was indentured to a Magister.
Our southern brethren have no legal status in the Imperium. As they were not born
So,
citizens of Tevinter,
how old
they
do
must
you all
work for
think
a
that
period of
Sarah
10
is?
years
Because
before
I've
gaining
heard
full rights.
some
As their
varying
protector, I
opinions
shall
on that.
oversee their work for the Imperium.
The person I saw suggest the youngest age said 16, and the oldest they said 28, I think. So that's some range.
I'm not clear on when exactly you negotiated this arrangement with Fiona.
When the Conclave was destroyed, these poor souls faced the brutality of the Templars, who rushed to attack them. It could only be through divine providence that I arrived when I did.
It was certainly very timely.
What does the Imperium gain from taking rebel mages under its wing?
For the moment, the Southern Mages are a considerable expense. After they are properly trained,
Yeah, and
they
there we
will
have it.
join
17 to
You said not all my
25.
people would be military. There are children, those not
Just
suited.
tells us
And one
how
day I'm sure they will
how
all be
inconsistent
productive
the
citizens
writing
of the
is
Imperium
there.
when their debts are paid.
Personally, I would say about 23 too, actually. Just because, yes, she does seem naive sometimes, but then on other occasions she reveals, for example, how many books she's read. And I don't know about you, but at age 17, most people living like Sarah lives don't actually get to read many books. I don't know. And it also contradicts her naivety a little bit. Let's negotiate.
If you're leading the mages now, then let's talk. I'm sure we can come to an arrangement.
It is always a pleasure to
Yeah,
meet
that's
a
true,
reasonable
Mixini.
woman. Felix, would you send for a scribe, please? Pardon my manners. My son Felix, friends. I am not surprised you're here. Containing the breach is not a feat that many could even attempt. There is no telling how many mages would be needed for such an endeavor. Ambitious indeed.
Well, when you're fighting a massive tear in the sky, you can hardly afford to think small.
There will have to be.
Felix. I'm so sorry. Please forgive my clumsiness, my lady.
Are you all right?
I'm fine, Father.
Come, I'll get your powders. Please excuse me, friends. We will have to continue this another time. Fiona, I require your assistance back at the castle.
I don't mean to trouble everyone.
I shall send word to the Inquisition.
Well, it might
We will
not be
conclude this
might
business
not
at a
have been
later date.
illegal in the Middle Ages, even though I don't know if that's true. But this game was written in 2014.
Come to the Chantry. You are in danger.
Wow, aren't we secrety?
There's no telling who or what will be waiting for us in that Chantry.
Come on, let's do something.
We don't need your
this glitch.
Your Inquisition's just Templars by another name. You'd rather bow to Tevinter than join the Inquisition.
Don't tell me you bought
Vivian, what are you doing?
Tevinter is. It's just because they're ruled by mages. No one wants us to look at them and say their mages are free and the world hasn't ended.
But don't Magisters summon demons and practice human sacrifice?
The Chantry says whatever they think will scare us. What's wrong with blood magic? People don't like the idea of us controlling their thoughts, but they have no problem with us throwing fireballs in their walls. In Tevinter, the mages police themselves. It works.
Well, few people in this game have a good understanding of politics if you really start to question them. There's Cassandra, who purposefully stays away from... That's really irritating. From politics, and is also kind of a hypocrite in her beliefs. And then there's Liliana, who can become divine despite not even knowing the chant. And yeah, everybody in this game is really biased, and so is Sarah. And she's just working from a different perspective.
Tevinter's as big a threat as the Templars. You're better off with the Inquisition.
Right. And I'm the Empress of Orlais.
No, your name is Linnea. You're not Celine.
Magister Alexius does not approve of those without magic like you and me. You may not wish to stay long. Many villagers have already left to escape his ire.
I'd like to emphasize, Austin, sorry for calling me out here, but this is intentionally a Sarah-friendly playthrough. So I understand that everybody has their opinions on this game, and I think that's absolutely fine, but I'd like to keep the arguing about Sarah at a minimum, sorry.
What does the Magister have against you?
He does not like to be reminded.
I mean, we're all here to have fun, right?
He says all Tranquil must leave Redcliffe, but who would take us in?
You're one of the Tranquil?
Yes, my talent for magic was insufficient to protect me from demons. Rather than risk me becoming possessed, the Circle removed my connection to the Fade. My magic is gone, along with my dreams and desires. Those now in Redcliffe prefer not to see us.
How long have the Tevinters been here?
Magister Alexius arrived at nightfall, 2 days after we retreated from the Temple of Sacred Ashes. He forced anyone without magic out of the castle, save those he required to serve him. Even the Arl was sent away.
Farewell, then.
One moment. You are a member of the Inquisition, are you not? I am an alchemist. You must require potions. If the Magister will not have me here, perhaps I can offer my services.
We would be delighted to have you working for the Inquisition.
Thank you. While one lives, it is good to believe there is still a use for one's talents.
Okay. Oh, I don't really want to talk to him, but there are some experience points to collect up there. Can't use that here. Oh, okay, that works. That works fine. Okay, which ability do I want next? This is really useful. What does this do? Target of the foe still bleeding. Nah. I definitely want to get this. But this right here is also really useful. Now if I'm going to use stealth, it should be instant. Yeah. Does anybody have a favorite skill? Like in general? One skill that you can't really imagine to go without? Frost Step, yeah, that's a really good skill. Night Enchanter is so powerful. It's so powerful in fact that it turns any difficulty into easy mode once you get that specialization.
Please, are you with the Inquisition? As you've wandered, have you by any chance seen a ram that is, different?
Lord Wolseley wandered off, and he's very special. If you could find him, I'd be most
very special indeed. I never got what the thing is about this animal that we're searching for, and I always just sent him back. Until one day a bear attacked it out of nowhere.
What makes your
that
ram
was
so
interesting.
Well, he's always brought the family luck, and his advice helped us make our fortune.
Your ram offered advice?
He's a very special ram.
Your ram has gone missing?
Yes. I'm certain that if he heard his Jimmy missed him, he'd come right back. He's likely at our family's old summer cabin. It's by the lake in the southern hills. If you do find him and send him back,
Yeah, it
I'd
is
be
a
happy
demon.
to
It's
pay
a
you.
rage demon, actually.
I'll speak with you later.
That's what I found
find
out
my
when the
ram,
bear
please
attacked
send
it.
him home.
Or maybe it's one of these spirit demon things where it's I don't know, wisdom until it gets attacked and then it turns into rage. Yeah, the ram, that's right. That's possible. Hello.
Good. You're finally here. Now help me close this, would you?
That was my bad. Come on.
Fascinating. How does that work exactly? You don't even know, do you? You just wiggle your fingers and boom. Rift closes.
Who are you?
Ah, getting ahead of myself again, I see. Dorian of House Parvus, most recently of Minrathous. How do you do?
Another Tevinter. Be cautious with this one.
Suspicious friends you have here. Magister Alexius was once my mentor, so my assistance should be valuable. as I'm sure you can imagine.
I'm going to side with the mages. Though I'm not sure if we'll get to that point today. We'll see.
I was expecting Felix to be here.
I'm sure he's on his way. He was to give you the note, then meet us here after ditching his father.
Alexius couldn't jump to Felix's side fast enough when he pretended to be faint. Is something wrong with him?
He's had some lingering illness for months. Felix is an only child, and Alexius is being a mother hen, most likely.
It's pretty obvious that he's not a magister.
You're betraying your mentor because...
Alexius was my mentor. Meaning he's not any longer. Not for some time. Look, you must know there's danger. That should be obvious even without the note. Let's start with Alexius claiming the allegiance of the mage rebels out from under you. As if by magic, yes? Which is exactly right. To reach Redcliffe, before the Inquisition, Alexius distorted time itself.
He arranged it so he could arrive here just after the Divine died.
You catch on quick.
Manipulating time itself? Many have attempted over the ages, but never once succeeded.
The rift you closed here. You saw how it twisted time around itself, sped some things up and slowed others down. Soon, there will be more like it, and they'll appear further and further away from Redcliffe. The magic Alexius is using is wildly unstable, and it's unraveling the world.
I'd like more proof than magical time control. Go with it.
I know what I'm talking about. I helped develop this magic. When I was still his apprentice, it was pure theory. Alexius could never get it to work. What I don't understand is why he's doing it. Ripping time to shreds just to gain a few hundred lackeys?
He didn't do it for them.
Took you long enough. Is he getting suspicious?
No, but I shouldn't have played the illness card. I thought he'd be fussing over me all day. My father's joined a cult, Tevinter Supremacists. They call themselves Venatori. And I can tell you one thing. Whatever he's done for them, he's done it to get to you.
Why would he rearrange time and indenture the Mage Rebellion just to get to me?
They're obsessed with you, but I don't know why. Perhaps because you survived the Temple of Sacred Ashes.
You can close the rifts. Maybe there's a connection. Or they see you as a threat.
If the Venatori are behind those rifts or the breach in the sky, they're even worse than I thought.
Alexius is your father. Why are you working against him?
For the same reason Dorian works against him. I love my father, and I love my country. But this? Cults? Time magic? What he's doing now is madness. For his own sake. You have to stop him.
He's such a tragic character.
If he didn't rip a hole in time. There's already a hole in the sky.
He's so good, and no matter what you do, he dies.
All this for me. And here I didn't get Alexius anything.
Send him a fruit basket. Everyone loves those. You know you're his target. Expecting the trap is the first step in turning it to your advantage. I can't stay in Redcliffe. Alexius doesn't know I'm here, and I want to keep it that way for now. But whenever you're ready to deal with him, I want to be there. I'll be in touch. Oh, and Felix, try not to get yourself killed.
There are worse things than dying, Dorian.
Worse things than dying. At that point you don't really get it when you first go through this game. Oh, can't equip it. That's fine. Nah. I like my critical chance, thank you. This is supposed to be the same church as in Origins, right? Looks different. I think that wall wasn't there. But I don't think that the map in its entirely matches. Remove the village of Radcliffe. Oh yeah, that would make sense.
This whole business is distasteful. Perhaps we are better off pursuing the Templars instead.
Just pick one, because both sides need a boot at the jack side.
The busted windmill, is that the one you see at the entrance?
Something like that.
And but that can't be the one with the secret tunnel to the castle, right? Yes, mages should be free.
Is that so hard to believe?
Everyone blames us. The Templars left the Chantry too. That's worse, isn't it? They took an oath. Yet everyone calls it the Mage Rebellion. We're the ones they hate. What choice did we have? Stay and be slaves?
There are better ways than war to effect change.
I hope you can do something. Tying ourselves to Tevinter. That can't be the right way to end this.
You seem young to be part of this.
I'm Lisas. I came into my magic when I was 9 years old. Templars came into the alienage and took me to the Circle. They didn't even let me say goodbye. It's not right. I studied hard. I passed my harrowing. I sing the chant. But I'll be locked up for the rest of my life.
How long has Magister Alexius been here?
Well, if they moved the village, that would definitely explain why I can't find anything anymore.
But this doesn't feel like safety.
You don't approve of the Grand Enchanter's decision?
I was there when we voted to leave the Circle. She really seemed to care what we wanted. She was ready to rebel, but she wasn't going to unless it was the will of all mages. It's hard to believe she'd go behind our backs and sell us to the Magisters.
I always wondered what happened to the one bartender. What was her name? Bella? Belle? Something like that. The red-headed one that you can send away to Denerim or make her take over the bar.
Take care of yourself. There's something strange going on.
I never thought the Grand
Bella.
Enchanter would
Yeah,
swear
that's
to a
her name.
Magister.
She's never mentioned it again, I don't think. Okay, I think we're pretty much done here. Let's get that.
Mother, I had the dream again last night.
No, there'll be no time.
I talked to one of the rebel mages. It was so real. She said it sounded like a she.
I will love you no matter what you are.
Too many people dying for want of simple herbs. My apologies. Can I help you?
I always killed Bella's boss.
There are refugees at the crossroads who would benefit from a healer.
Of course they would. These attacks by the Templars have endangered countless innocent lives.
But if I go to the crossroads to help, I might end up in danger myself. I doubt those refugees would risk their lives for a knife here. Why should I risk mine for them?
Have people called you a knife ear?
Every day. They need the salves I sell, but they spit on me once they've paid. These villagers only tolerate me because Templars killed their human healer. I doubt the humans at the crossroads.
Yeah, you can kill him. You have to pick a very specific line in the conversation, though. You can also convince him to participate in the battle, and most of the time he dies in there. Sometimes, though, you have to cheat and use a mage to get him killed while attacking an enemy. Which I never did, of course.
The Inquisition honors the efforts of all who are willing to help in these dark times. Help the refugees, and we will ensure that you are protected and respected.
All right. If the Inquisition soldiers are there, I might be safe regardless. I'll see you at the crossroads soon. Just give me a moment to gather my things.
But yeah, you can also just use your murder knife and throw it in his face. And then Bella says something along the lines of, well, I never saw that. That's really funny. I didn't pay attention to this conversation.
Are you running short of healing herbs?
Yes. We've many injured from attacks by those cursed Templars. I need the herbs to treat people's wounds. It's too dangerous to go hunting through the hills to gather more. I've a list there of the herbs I need.
Okay.
Goodbye.
Stay safe out there.
Give me the list.
May I help you?
I found some of the herbs you were looking for.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Thank you so much for your help. A pleasure to see you again.
I found some of the herbs you were looking for.
Yes, these are perfect.
Goodbye.
Thank you so much.
And then I think the third one I can't do yet. See?
A pleasure to see you again.
Nah.
Goodbye.
Thank you so much for your help.
I'm not sure if I ever actually finished my Tabris playthrough. I know I have a Dalish Warden, and then the Mage Warden. I also did the Coastland route.
Chantry will step in soon enough to put a stop to this foolishness.
And I remember starting several Tabris playthroughs, but I don't think I saw the... Oh, that's just... I can't get to that yet. Okay, let's see. Is this? The bandits, right, and then with the dragon area, of course. Now she's over there. Spirit in the lake. Lord Woosley, the quote-unquote ram. Ritz is still waiting. Let's get Ritz. Can I get them from here? Probably not.
Fine day to you.
Still no sprinting option in Inquisition. And another dead person. Okay. Well done, thanks.
Fine work out there.
Strange. Where does this lead?
Oh, the mages are still out there. I always forget about them. Yeah, that's not actually there. Something tells me I'm wrong here. Me and my sense of orientation again.
Excuse me, have you seen another Inquisition scout? Elven woman, answers
Saddest
to writ.
quest in the game, to be honest.
You said your friend hasn't reported back.
Well, she was supposed to be checking on some apostates. I'm on duty here, or I'd go look for her.
Well, it's not embarrassing to get lost on your first playthrough, but this is my, I don't know, 20th playthrough?
I'll talk to you later.
What's that line from Planet of the Apes again? You bastards! What have you done? No, I don't actually remember.
A decent enough place to camp, I suppose.
You bastards! You blew it all up. Thank you. Damn you all to hell. That's correct. It's been such a long time since I watched that movie, and I actually never saw the new ones. I heard the new movie series has become really good. And there's going to be a game also, which looks like a really high quality Telltale sort of game with choices. Yeah, it's the new movie is supposed to. I heard that it does that. Like I said, I haven't seen the movie myself, but it's supposed to subvert some of the more sexist trope of the original movie series. What am I doing? I'm being such an idiot. This quest is so mean because you think if I'm just a little bit faster, maybe Algreta would still be alive.
Thank you. If not for you.
I've heard your uncle is a mortalitasi, Cassandra.
Really now?
You've heard correctly. Necromancy is not uncommon in Nevarra.
You must understand, the rumors in the south surrounding mortalitasi...
I have always found the practice morbid, but the stories one hears outside Nevarra. Such fascinations reveal far more about the teller than the truth.
And you can't really express your sympathy either.
Like someone was having a picnic.
Yes. The mage must have been hunting for blood magic.
That's what mages do. Hunting for blood magic. Oh.
This is a mage.
Eldreda, yes. I think that was her name. At least I'd heard other apostates call her that. The Templars attacked the apostate. I suppose I just got caught in the middle.
Don't stand on her. Ritz. Come on.
So, the truth. I may have been, passing time with Eldreda.
You don't say.
You were trying to find a moment's peace in the midst of this war.
Wait. Yes. At first she was just a mage who saw me and didn't attack, but later we... So, are you going to report me?
I'm not going to report you, provided you start using this talented witness for the Inquisition. If you can seduce an apostate in the middle of war,
blackmailing
you can
works
make
too, of
contacts and get
course.
information.
All right. I can do that. And thanks for going easy on me.
Everything needs more lesbians. Everything. You're hired. Yeah, okay, that's funny.
There are Inquisition soldiers even here.
I know you.
No.
They call you the Herald of Andraste.
My
for what you
favorite
did at
glitch.
Haven.
We
But
have
are
found it.
The Maker has not told me.
Oh man.
I am not the Herald of Andraste.
As I suspected. Stories of you mastering the rifts are just blind
Okay,
heresy.
everybody's going crazy
No,
now.
I can seal rifts.
Then prove it. Show me that the
You
rifts
gotta love
bend
this
to your
game,
will,
right?
the will of the Maker. Show me the power you wield.
This cult. What are you doing out here? What is it you think is happening?
The Chantry has fallen, and shown its imperfection in doing so. The Chant of Light was a lie. It was arrogance to think that mortal lips could frame the Maker's will.
Did you ever get that glitch where in the one cutscene you see Vivian's pants walking through the screen in the background?
Until later.
Until the Maker brings you back to us.
Okay, can I go now? That's such a funny little glitch.
In times of danger, the simple-minded will cling to whatever superstition they can find, however stupid.
Oh. Come on. Let's see what the cult has to say. Interesting.
My lady, your mother and sister must miss you greatly. With your father's passing at the Conclave, no, we can never go back. The Inquisition can pick up the pieces of this world. We will find peace in the world to come.
There she is.
Maker's tears. I was a fool to have doubted you. How may we serve you? Herald of Andraste.
Have your people helped the refugees?
As you say, Herald of Andraste. Some few will remain here, the rest will go forth to do your will. When the Maker calls you to your great purpose, remember that we serve.
Okay, we still have to find Hindle. No, not here.
How did the Maker bring you to these hills?
My lady came to the Conclave. Travel safely.
Come on. And we have a wind 9 rolls. Okay.
Excuse me.
Your girlfriend's
While you were
dead.
coming up, did you meet a young noblewoman with blonde hair and pale green eyes? Lady Velena should be here. We need to be together when the Maker comes.
Where would your friend be?
When the Maker
She is my
comes.
love, and she should be here.
I
I wrote to her weeks
not
ago.
sure when
I
that
know
will
the path up the
happen,
hill is dangerous, but
friend.
surely the mages and Templars would not trouble a young lady.
I'm sorry, I can't help you.
Please, if you meet my beloved, tell her I am waiting.
Let me through.
The Maker didn't close the rifts. The Inquisition did.
Are you questioning what's been taught?
Okay, where is it? Hindle?
I don't know. None of this place.
I greet you. My name is Hindle.
Hindle, your mother can't breathe. Your father sent me here for potion.
What? She was fine. She hasn't had the breathing trouble in... All right, I can help. Here, I have some already made. Go, take it to her now.
Right, and these things that we will never do. I know that Sola says that they are supposed to stabilize the Fade, but in hindsight I'm not sure if that's correct. More money on the ground because everybody's rich here. Okay. Hunger pangs. I don't know why I say pans. I think I know which plank you mean. Let's see. I know I've been up there at some point over there.
We want no trouble. I know the mages.
The faithful move to follow your divine will. It shall be as you say.
Have to get up. Yeah, platforming in this game is very interesting. Very interesting experience, especially with the controls for the console.
Peace to you.
Okay, how about this? You stay where you are. Yeah. No, of course.
What if this isn't the Maker? What if this is just war?
Hi.
Sarah, was there ever actually someone named
Really?
Red Jenny?
There was. Maybe. Doesn't matter now.
You don't ever wonder how your organization got started?
Why? It isn't like a chantry where starts matter.
That would be giving it too much credit, that's true.
I'd be careful.
Sandra.
The one in Navarre is mean.
Would be different if I could just use the D-pad instead of the sticks. Oh. Come on. Come on.
We want no trouble here.
Oh. Hold your breath. Balancing. Oh my god, that ass. Ring of critical chance. We got it. We got it. I assume they will follow me eventually. Woohoo! Oops, no. Thanks. Oh, something over there. A chantry candle stop. I bet that's a valuable item. Phylactery, if I'm not mistaken. Where are you? Oops. So she can heal herself a little bit better. Maximum guard. And you definitely need dispel. I do want that elsewhere in the quick menu though. Then we put this right here.
We've been searching the region for resources. Commander's orders. No
Thanks.
small task given recent troubles, but I've some supplies here you may find useful.
I'm not listening. Did you do that? Did you try to climb the rock?
Damn it!
you?
I found Ritz and rescued her from an attack by the Templars. She's fine.
Thank you. I appreciate you taking the time. It's dangerous out here for everyone. I'm glad the Inquisition is trying to put things right.
But he will remain worried forever, because that's his name. Okay. Really?
One down.
Because we still need to collect damage. I can't believe it.
Say good night.
Yeah, the rams are pretty fast, though I didn't remember that they also have a lot of health points apparently. What kind of nonsense circle is this? Imagine a strange rift just opening right in front of your house, and you just sit there worrying about some ring.
Templar bastards killed my husband and stole the ring from his finger. They deserve to die.
You're saying the Templars attacked your husband?
Aye. He was digging out a stump. The fools couldn't tell a shovel from a mage's staff. Had to be safe, they said. Rebels everywhere attacking by surprise, sick bastards. They took the ring I gave him on our wedding day in case it was magic.
Farewell.
In case it was magic or because they wanted to sell it. Okay, what have I marked over there? Shallow breaths, and then we have the rare treatment, fright, hunger pangs. Come on. Oh well. No meat for the refugees, because you can't just deliver like 2 pieces of meat and 2 pieces of meat. No, you have to collect all 10, or else they won't accept it. No, thank you. They are otherwise engaged. Now Cassandra's running after the ram. This is fantastic. Come on.
Someone help Sarah!
Okay. Or Sarah can just follow me. How about that? Hello? Hello, are you okay, sir?
Make it take you!
I think these random enemies just spawn endlessly. At least until after you sided with either the mages or the Templars. Nope, that's not happening. And the tree was in the way. Nah, I'll just deliver the ring. And I think then I want to go back to Haven. I feel like we've spent enough time in the Hinterlands for now.
Nothing to report, sir.
Thank you again for rescuing Rick.
You're welcome, worried scout. What? What's happening? Who's upsetting you? Apparently the lady doesn't want her ring back. Huh. That never happened before. see. She outside? That ram, I can't believe it. Ah, there she is. But I probably can't engage in conversation with her as long as this bullshit is going on. Ah, video games. No! Stop that! There's nobody here. And another ram is going wild. Panic too. Yeah,
so you
calm
spend
down,
a lot of
guys.
time around dead people. Corpses.
As Navarrans, we pay respect to the departed in family crypts.
Pay respect? Like pose them and dress them up and such?
Not in the way you're picturing.
It sounds like a big dead dollhouse. Dollhouses are creepy enough.
Well, now you know.
We're the Templars. They don't care who they kill anymore.
I found this ring on a Templar I killed.
This is it. Praise to you and the Inquisition for giving my husband justice. It won't bring him back, but his spirit will rest easier now. As will mine.
I never had a dollhouse. Never wanted one. I had Lego. Let's see. Ring is delivered. Shallow breast and the phylactery. We can do that.
Could be better. Very well.
Please, hurry.
Here you go. The potion and instructions on how to make it.
Silas bless you. Or the Maker. Or whoever.
I hear
It
another
doesn't matter,
insane
just thank
ram.
you.
What's
I'll
going
give it to her
on?
right away. If ever I can help the Inquisition, you have my word.
What do you need?
That's the herb lady.
I have heard stories about you, Herald of Andraste. I am Enchanter Elendra. I hope you find a way to end this foolish war.
And here you can get another lecture on how not all Templars are bad.
I believe this is your phylactery.
If you want to hear it.
I found it on the body of a dead Templar named Matrin.
Ah, I suspected he died when he did not join me or send word. Maker curse the fools
Revenge
who
of the
started
Ram.
this war, and the fools who now fight it. Thank you. Matrin was important to me. Here, for your trouble.
She looks really tired. She has like 500 rings around her eyes.
The Inquisition could use the skills of a powerful mage.
If I wished to kill others, I would have joined the rebels. How is the Inquisition any better?
The Inquisition is our chance to restore order, Enchanter.
That's so funny.
Without it, we'll be
Vivian
no better than apostates.
opens her mouth
Madame Vivienne,
and Sarah
court mage of the Empress of
immediately
Orlais.
disapproves regardless of what she says.
And if you back the Inquisition, so shall I. My skills are yours. Just give me a moment to gather my things.
Because the Templars are hollow. What's with you? Templars are hollow? I don't get it. Is that a Dark Souls reference? Yeah, okay. But whenever Solas opens his mouth, I disapprove. So...
Thank you.
Okay, but we've done that. Is there anything really important that we must do now? The East Road Bandits. We can also do another time. Flowers for Senna. Everything is kind of important if you care about the characters, but also not important if you just want to see the plot. Okay, so we've collected some stuff. Vixinis, thank you so much for stopping by and for participating in the chat. I will not stream this during the week because, well, I'm always streaming in the evening and I have to get up early. But I will try and maybe do it next Friday again. So make a little mark in your calendar, and then we can continue the journey together.
Travel safely.
And have fun at work, I guess. As much as you can. Unknown. I like the Warnock. Yeah, I hope so too. I'll definitely post the links again on Tumblr and also on Twitter. And I'll also announce it in time so you won't miss it. Again, thank you for stopping by and have a nice day. It's almost midnight here actually.
I'm glad there are big, strong men around in case anything happens here.
Okay. Let's sort out our inventory. Do I need any of these? Right, we had that. No. 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 Think I can craft better weapons. Right, constitutional cunning, nope. Sandra has the 16 helmet, no. Okay. I need one extra armor for Dorian later.
don't you worry about that sort of thing, girl.
Okay, let's see. Maybe I can craft something better now. Melee defense and strength, 124. Nope. Nope, definitely not. I didn't want to leave. Cassandra, I just crafted something for. Sarah's also rogue, so she won't benefit from this. Weapons. Ooh, okay. Okay, this one has super high damage, but of course you can't equip any extras to them, which is unfortunate. Let's do it anyway. Do I want 2 of those? Let's see. Metal, metal, metal. Leather. Oh. Oh, welcome back. I don't think you missed much. We're back in Haven and I'm trying to craft something good. Critical chance. 3%. Yeah, let's go with that. And cunning.
That'll do.
You don't have anything, really. Huh. Maybe I'm going to use that. Not sure yet. Belt of staggering. And then Vivian has... What kind of ring is that? Immolate. Whatever. Let's get it out of my inventory. It's such a pretty animal, though the feet creep me out a little bit, because it's walking on its bald fists. That's kind of weird.
Greetings. Can you tell me more about the Seekers?
The Seekers of Truth were born from the original Inquisition long ago, when it united with the Chantry. Seekers stood above the Templars, watching over them but also investigating magical events they couldn't handle. We were meant to be incorruptible, above reproach. How seldom does reality match the ideal?
But what are Seekers exactly?
Those who know anything of us think we are Templars. We do not use Lyrian, however. Our abilities are different, as was our original purpose. We disciplined the Templars and were accountable only to the Divine. And not even her, truthfully.
So the Seekers commanded the Templars?
No, the Order didn't assume command until after the rebellion. The Templars have always feared us. When a Seeker arrived at a circle, they knew trouble was afoot. That kind of power is troubling. You begin to think you are the only one who can solve the world's problems. If you don't see a problem, it doesn't exist. If someone insists it does, they are the blind ones.
Do you think that kind of problem could ever be fixed?
Possibly. Though the Seekers themselves would need to change. They were clearly not willing to, even though they abandoned everything they stood for to avoid it. In my heart, I believe they can still be salvaged, but not by their own hands.
Yeah, we'll find out about the Seekers.
You mentioned that Seekers have different abilities than Templars.
Entirely. A Templar's abilities come from Lyrium and are designed to hunt mages. Ours come from ritual and many years of dedicated training.
Yeah, well, and the whole spirit
and are
thing.
immune to mind control. Useful considering our role. Seekers can gain other gifts, so that depends on the individual.
What kind of gifts do you have?
I can set delirium within a person's blood aflame. Both mages and Templars bend before my will. Some Seekers use it to interrogate, others simply to paralyze. Once there was a Seeker who could use it to kill. That particular gift is considered rare.
Yeah, that sounds like a really useful skill to have. Too bad it doesn't show up in her specialization tree.
Why did your order turn against the Chantry?
We originally united with the Chantry through a treaty that stated they would keep mages under control. It was felt Most Holy had tacitly allowed the Circle of Magi to vote on its independence, thus breaking the treaty. The Seekers saw themselves as justified, and they led the Templars into a war of righteousness.
You sound like you disagree.
We knew what was happening at Kirkwall, where the Mage Rebellion began. We looked into reports of Knight Commander Meredith's harsh treatment of her charges years earlier. But we found so many shocking cases of magical corruption, it was decided her actions were justified. If we'd been there when it happened, if we'd looked harder at the root causes...
I like that you can just agree with her, and then there's the option mages should be free, because that's always a good thing to say, apparently.
You seem to care a great deal about it.
Too much, if you ask the rest of my order. When faced with a problem, the Seekers would close ranks and crush it. We would find an answer, but only once we felt we weren't being coerced. The moment the mages voted for independence, our response was predictable. It was difficult to watch.
How does someone become a Seeker?
Most Seekers begin training in their youth. I was much older, an exception due to my noble birth. We train rigorously for years. Our bodies and minds must be elastic to undergo the vigil, and most fail even then.
Is the vigil some kind of initiation?
It is the rite every Seeker must go through in order to summon their gifts. A full year of fasting, prayer, and separation from all distractions, including other people. We empty ourselves of all emotion, focusing only on the purity of our devotion. And the moment it finally ends, it's wonderful. faith realized. I cannot put it into words.
Hey Cassandra, what's the best thing about the vigil? The moment it ends. Okay.
Your mind was probably playing tricks on you by then.
Yet the gifts are real. I know no more than that.
Okay.
If the vigil was not so arduous, I'd say more should attempt it. What if mages never needed to fear possession by demons? I'm told it is impossible, however. I suppose I'll never know the truth of it now.
I'm curious how they will pursue this this narrative in future games.
I've no more questions.
Or if they will just drop it. Like they sometimes do. They open up a plot and then they go, that's inconvenient, this never happened.
I don't know. Master Harriet's hammers are good. Those are the forging tools of an apprentice. Wouldn't you like to use the hammer of a master?
Typical salesperson. I'm just making a round, talking to some of the guys.
What do you need? Researcher Minave wishes to use some inexpensive spirits. She wishes to light creature's corpse on fire to determine whether it is specifically valuable to eat, you know.
Oh, all right.
Chasing mages, that's a Templar's job. A big, armoured, pissed-off helm polisher. Not too late to go find some. Or stay home.
This always irritated me. I feel like you should either give the opportunity to kick everybody out at all times or nobody. But it kind of irks me that there's this one character that you can get rid of anytime you wish and the others are just there once you've recruited them, regardless of what you think about them.
Tell me about yourself.
Oh yeah? Interested, are you?
Sarah approves.
How about the basics? Where are you from?
Ferelden?
I got that from the accent. Where in Ferelden?
All over? Okay, fine. Denerim for a bit. South, north, wherever I want.
Denerim. In Origins there's this one quest that doesn't tell you anything about the Red Jenny, but you can deliver a box to this one door and it's supposed to go to the Red Jennies. And when you do that you can hear a child laugh. And my personal headcanon, it's probably bollocks, but you know how headcanons go. My personal headcanon is that the child is Sarah.
There are no connections you want to mention at all.
Nope.
How very Qunari of you.
What?
Never mind.
Good, right?
What just happened?
You're skilled. Who taught you how to use a bow?
No one.
That seems unlikely.
What? I picked it up here and there. Mostly it just makes sense. It's not like that for you.
Oh, certainly. Not a day's effort for the naturally gifted like us.
Well, it's not like that. It takes work. A bit. Not like Cullen and his pets. I mean, you miss, then you don't. Is it that hard to see when it's wrong?
Is it an elf thing?
Most I know couldn't find an arrow sitting on it. Right. Maybe I just make it look easy in shite company. Fact still is, no teacher. Where would I find one in alleyways anyway?
You're different for an elf, I'm not going to say that.
We'll talk later.
If you say so.
Loot. She's really curt in this game. You are well connected.
You seem to know a great many people.
Tell me about
make friends.
Josephine.
And
I
on
don't even
occasion
fit into the
enemies.
tent.
It's unavoidable.
Not asking just yet. I feel like that's a little bit more personal.
You seem to know Josephine quite well.
I met her a long time ago, but we didn't become good friends until years later. After the Blight, in fact. I'd just returned to Val Rayo, and she welcomed me back by throwing a diplomatic ball. She was the Antivan ambassador at the time, you see. The ball was... alright. Too many politicians. At midnight, Josie and I left to find a real party. We've been friends ever since.
Yeah, what's a real party?
What do you consider a real party?
It's not a real party until someone's small clothes are pinned to a chantry board. And that's all I'm saying about it.
So, who wants to go party with Liliana and Josephine? I know I do. Like I said, not asking just yet. Save that for another occasion.
Later. You know where I am.
I do, and I wish you were more talkative. Oh, there you are.
Stand only in places you have blessed.
Yes?
Actually, I want to try this.
Do you think that you and I might someday...
I don't see how that benefits me in the slightest, my dear.
Wow.
Yes?
That's cold, Vivienne.
I wanted to ask you about the Circle of Magi.
Of course. What do you wish to know?
Yeah, ouch.
If the Circle disbanded, how can you still belong to it?
The Circle is an idea, my dear. And an idea cannot be dissolved. Many of the first enchanters voted for rebellion, caring little that anything short of a unanimous decision would pit mage against mage. Rather than dissolving it, Grand Enchanter Fiona's vote split the Circle in two. The rebels follow her, the loyalists follow me.
Huh.
How did we come to this state with the Circles in revolt?
A failure of perspective that infected Circle leadership. Mages lived solely in a world of Templars and mages. They could not even imagine what was beyond the tower walls. Kirkwall gave the world a reason to remember its fear of magic. A mage killed hundreds with a snap of their fingers. Across Thedas, a new tangible fear of magic grew. Commoners and nobles alike called out to the Chantry for protection. But the malcontents in the towers thought nothing of this.
The malcontents.
They cared only for themselves and for their anger at the new Templar restrictions. When a mage attempted to assassinate Divine Justinia, again, the mages protested the investigation. The leadership chose to vote on independence based on the intolerable conditions imposed by the Templars, sparing no thought to the fact that magic was more feared in the aftermath of these attacks than it had been since Tevinter's day. So long as they had their freedom, they could care little for riots, angry mobs, or about pitting mages against each other.
Are you familiar with Grand Enchanter Fiona?
We've met. Before her horrendously ill-timed and selfish vote for independence, I thought her adequate at her job. In her dotage, she could not handle looking after the well-being of so many people. We would have done better to replace her years ago, to let her spend time gardening.
Did they have cause to rebel?
In the aftermath of their terrorist attacks? Was that really the most opportune time to break away? By all means protest abuses by the Templars. Just don't do it in a way that says mages support wholesale murder. By voting when they did, my colleagues all but declared war upon the ordinary people of Thedas. A war in which we are outnumbered.
Yeah, that's one of the things it's really hard for me to agree with. Because, well, technically there is no right or wrong way to fight abuse, and to tell an oppressed group that they should always remain peaceful.
I will take these injuries. Find me well within your grace. Touch me with fire that I be cleansed. Tell me I have
The abusers aren't peaceful. Okay, let's see.
If you're not using them later, Segrit is willing to pay.
Thank you. Hi,
I don't feel
Josephine.
comfortable letting parts from demons be available for sale.
To be honest,
Come on.
I'm not sure who would buy them.
What may I do for you?
How do you and Leliana know each other?
We moved through similar circles in Orlais. I believe we actually met in Val Royaux. Leliana was quite an accomplished player of the game by then.
What exactly do you mean when you say the game?
Forgive me. The game refers to the slow duels of influence among the noble and powerful of Orlais. It's a rather light-hearted name for the matter, but Orlesians are fond of playful touches.
I think I'm going to finish this conversation and then have another look at the war table and then call it a night. We've been here for, oh, it says right there, 3 hours 40 minutes. I think that's a good time to take a break.
Tell me how you came to work for the Inquisition again.
I'd been considering leaving my post in Antiva for a new challenge when Leliana recruited me. There's such unrest in Thedas, and the Inquisition seems a promising method to stop it. It's to everyone's benefit if we prevent the Mage-Templar conflict from spreading further.
So was it the prospect of stability that drew you here?
The full impact of the Mage Rebellion has yet to be felt, and that was before the death of the Divine. The violence must be curbed before we see it turn to full-scale war.
That's good timing indeed. Full-scale war is not good. We don't want that.
I can only imagine the bloodshed if it escalates further.
I'm afraid history holds many examples of what will happen if it does.
Okay.
Let's speak later.
Farewell.
Yeah, and like I said, I'll just set the missions that can keep running even when the console is down. Because I'm actually a little tired. What do I want though? History knowledge, no. More experience points. Can I get? Killing foes, yep. It's always worth it to get the experience points perks at the start. Watchtowers, that means we have to go back to the Hinterlands. And Hushed Whispers, sorry. Hushed Whispers is available already. So technically we could do that.
Let's see what we have.
For the Cult of Andraste, that's only 10 minutes though. And what's over here? collect the horses.
Let us
Collect the
begin.
surprise.
To work?
Yeah, send Cullen to the Imperial Court, that's a good idea. Chantry remains.
To work?
Okay, I'll finish this up and end the stream in a second, and then I think plan ahead for what I will do next week when we resume this playthrough. To the 2 people who are still watching and everybody who's watching in the future from now, thanks so much for stopping by, for supporting this. Chaos, I guess I'll see you on Tumblr. Yeah. Again, thank you for stopping by and have a good night, everyone. Bye.